Hello there and welcome. It's Kevin Esty from Stamping Just for Fun. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located on the east coast of Canada in Nova Scotia, just around the corner from beautiful Peggy's Cove in a place called Upper Tantallon. And today I am happy to present to you some fun with the beautiful BOHO Indigo Suite as part of the November Gentleman Crafters blog hop. If you're joining me on my YouTube channel, I would invite you to subscribe. Click the red button so that you can receive notifications of all my new and upcoming videos. I am trying to grow my audience, and so I would appreciate that very much. If you're following me on my Stamping Just for Fun website, you'll find all the measurements and everything in the blog post, as well as the links to the other gentlemen who are hopping with me this month to their projects, and I encourage you to have a look at what they're doing as well. I misspoke. I called this a BOHO Indigo suite. It's not a suite. It's called a product medley, and you can find it in our annual catalog on page 9. It's a wonderful product medley. We have had product medleys now for the last couple of years. They're fairly expensive, but when you consider all that you get with them, it's quite a good value. I'm just quickly going to show you what's included. There is, of course, a stamp set. There's a die set that comes with it that cuts out many of the images. It also cuts out extra pieces that you can make from foil or colored cardstock that coordinate with it. You get a whack of supplies. In this particular product medley, there were actually 2 different types of ribbon. There's a beautiful gold shimmer ribbon. There's this really thick navy ribbon. It's got a ruffled edge on both sides. As you can see, already used quite a bit of it. The spool is gone. This is the piece that's left. There were 2 baggies with these really sweet little flower sequins, and they even have a little bead glued on the top of them, and so we're going to use some of those. There are paper products galore. There's a stack of designer series paper that comes with this. Now you get, I think it's 48 or 50 sheets that you get, 6 different designs, and of course they're all double-sided too. So beautiful patterns, and they're all done in Night of Navy and Misty Moonlight, which that's our indigo colors, indigo blue. So you can see you get a really good stack of patterned paper with it. Then you also get, because a product medley wouldn't be complete without all kinds of other things, there are die cuts. You get several sheets of die cut tags that have foil embossing on them. I think there's 2 each of a couple of different designs, and as you can see, some of them are already fallen out here. I've punched them out to play with. There's flowers included. And then you get 2 pages of different foil embossed plants that you can poke out of your little vases that are in this set. And then they included a bunch of different embossed sheets of very vanilla. This is the base color in this package, and so you get a variety of patterns of pre-embossed sheets. So you really don't need any other tools or equipment to play with this set. Everything is ready to go. You just need your paper trimmer and some card bases and you're all set. So this came out earlier in the summer, and I had played with it a little bit and forgot about it, and I thought I'd bring it out again to do some cards. And I've been fascinated lately with a style of card, actually two different styles, but doing cards that have a thicker than normal matte border around the outside of them. I guess it can be called a picture frame border. Instead of our standard 1/8 inch or 16-inch margin, this has a thicker border around it, but also taking that smaller piece in the middle and bumping it up on dimensionals. It really accentuates the fact that you've got 2 different layers going here. But then I saw a friend of mine was watching her craft the other night, and she was doing exactly this, but she added to that rounded corners. And I love my corner rounder. This is a fantastic punch. If you don't have it already, it's the trio punch. It'll round the corners. It'll actually put little floret flowers in the corner, and it's a tag hole punch for the top of tags as well. So it's a good investment. So I thought, what better way to enjoy 3 different styles of cards, rounded corners, raised up on dimensionals, and the thicker borders, than to play with this suite. And so my friend Tamara was doing cards with exactly this, and all the cards that she designed, she put a strip of designer paper at the bottom, and then either used some ribbon or some more paper, and then did her focal point at the top. So I thought, well, that was really cool. So these are a couple I made the other night while I was watching my friend craft along, and I thought, well, let's do some more today, and let's see if we can incorporate some more parts and pieces of the BOHO Indigo suite in. So I'll show you how simple these are to do. So we'll do 2. Excuse me, frog in my throat today. I've got some pieces cut. Got the little bag with the flowers in it. I'll use those. So I have just taken a standard sheet of 8.5 by 11 of the Misty Moonlight, and I've scored it right down the middle at 4 1/4, and then I cut it in half at the 5 1/2. So I've got 2 standard card bases. Okay, so we'll just fold those over and give them both a good score with the bone folder. There, we have our 2 card bases ready to go. Okay, just set those off to the side. Then I have 2 pieces of very vanilla, and I've cut those at 3 3/4 by 5. So that's smaller than we would normally be putting on the front at 4 by 5 1/4. So it's a 1/2 inch smaller in total size on each of our sides than what our card base is. So we're going to get a 1/4 inch around the outside. We're doubling. Okay. And I'm just going to the bottom edge of each of those. I just picked 2 of the different papers that we've got here. Actually, I guess I picked the same identical paper now that I look at it, but both sides. And I'm just going to use some liquid glue. And I'm just going to, actually, I know that's going to go over the edge. I cut them long, so I'll just put it here so I can see where my glue is going to go. And I'm just going to glue those right onto the very bottom edge. I should bring in, let me bring in my little mat here just to give some contrast to my white paper in the background so that we can easily see what I'm doing here. So I'm just gluing that to the end, and then I'm going to cut off that excess with my paper snips. You can use your paper trimmer if you want to, but it's such a small piece, it should cut fairly straight. Okay, and then I'm going to do my other one. Same thing, just put it on top here so I can judge how far to go with my glue. There we are. Just glue that on the bottom. These are really simple cards, but they're so pretty when they're done. And they can be masculine. We generally don't consider flowers and things to be masculine, but there are some broadleaf plants and things included in this stamp set that it doesn't have to be flowery. Okay, and then I cut some little 1/4 inch strips of both Night of Navy and gold trim. And I think I'll do one of each. So where this is darker, I think I'm going to put the Night of Navy on here, and I'll put a gold one on there. And this is just just adds a little defining element to the edge. Someone who was crafting with us the other night said it makes it look like it's maybe a countertop or something where the vases are sitting. Just adds another element here. On my 2 original cards, I actually used a piece of the gold ribbon, and I just wrapped it around the back and stuck it on with glue dots. when I did that one. And again, I'm just going to snip off that little extra piece. Okay, and let's do some gold foil on this one. There we go. Okay, so we don't need those pieces anymore. Now I'll bring in my corner rounder and show you how easy it is. You just have to make sure when you're putting your corners in that you're getting it up against both of the guides. This one will be a little harder because I'm punching through 2 layers, but still goes through fairly easy. So there I've rounded my corners, and that just adds, you know, another point of interest to the front of the card. There we go. Now, I want to look. We've got all different tags and things here, I think, and there's some really interesting ones. I like this one, and I know one of my sentiments is going to be thank you, but just a short one. No, that's not it. Oh, I did decide on something different. Okay, sorry you're feeling blue. That would fit on this one. That would also fit on this plain rectangle one. Oh, there's lots and lots to choose from here. Or I could just stamp it directly on the front of the card. But I think I like, I don't know, that's kind of interesting. And then I can bump it up. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, that'll go with that one. Then I think I want to try some of these leafy greeny things. We'll see if we can make sort of a more masculine card, and we'll include some of these broad leaves. I'm not sure which ones I want yet. Now I need some vases. So there's 2 ways you can do this. I simply took the dies from the set and I cut out a whole bunch of the patterned paper as well as some of the embossed paper, because I think that gives an interesting texture to a vase. And then I cut some Night of Navy and some gray granite as well, and some very vanilla. So I've got lots of different vases here, plus all of the ones that are in the stamp set that you can stamp. So there are 3 different ones in the stamp set. So I think I'm going to do a mix of maybe a stamped one and a couple of real ones bumped up. Let's look at this. Okay. Start with this one here. So I think I will do, I want some of these broadleaf ones here. So I think I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do a short one, but I don't think the leaves will look right in the short one. So if I put that there, and let's get one of these fern ones out. That's kind of neat. Okay. And maybe one going the opposite direction. This broadleaf one here is kind of cool. Get back up there, you. And they kind of got a layer. There. That's, yeah, I like that. Okay. And then I've got this other sentiment, a bunch of birthday love to you. And that will fit just nicely right there like that. And then I might even be able to squeak in a couple of these smaller vases. Yeah, I like that. I think we can manage that. I might just tip those over a little bit. I can actually hang some off the edge because I've got quite a bit of my card base beyond. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to start with my stamping just so I can get that down and out of the way. And I'm going to do that in Misty Moonlight. Got my Misty Moonlight here. Roll up my sleeves or I'm going to have ink everywhere. And I'm just going to stamp that right here. Like that. There we are. Okay. Stamping done. Then, see, I'm getting a bit of a shadow here. The sun is coming up behind me, so let me turn some extra light on here. Okay. Then, I want to put my vase up on some dimensionals so that it appears to stand out a little bit. And I want to be careful to leave myself some room to stick those flower stems down in between if need be. I can cut them off too if they don't go down behind well. Of course, I could always just stick them on the dimensionals behind. Maybe that's exactly what I'll do while I've got something sticky to stick them to. Let's just position. Will they fit? Oh, they will fit. Okay, good. I'm not going to worry about it then. So my vase is going to go here. You know, if it's worth more than $100, I'm told it's a vase. And I'm just going to glue this one down. I don't own any vases. I guess mine would all be vases. Or vases. I guess it depends on what part of the country you come from, whether it's a vase or a vase. And I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of this one so that he has some dimension to him. Let's see. Yep. Okay, that worked just perfect. So he's going to come over here like this. Kind of off the side a little. I might even squeak another one in there. What else have we got here that's kind of fun? That's maybe too big. There was another sheet of these. Let me see. Was there another small one? That one goes that direction. I don't know. No, I'm just going to do two. I don't want to make it too busy. I like that just like that. Okay, now let's see if we can put in a couple more of these other fun little vases. Actually, we can fit 2 or 3 in here. This little gray one is kind of cute. That'll add another extra little color. We can put him in behind there like that. Maybe that one. They'll all just be lined up here on the shelf. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And we will just glue those down. Tuck it behind. This one. They don't all have to be touching. I'm going to leave a little gap. That one's just going to stand there like that. There we go. Okay, so now all we have to do is put some dimensionals in the back of this. Excuse me. And I'm using lots of dimensionals because I don't want my card to sag. I will be mailing this to a friend for their birthday. And when things go through the post office inside of an envelope, sometimes they get beat up a little bit. So I'll make sure that I put lots of dimensionals on to keep it from sagging in the middle. Okay. And bring in one of my bases. And we'll just put that right on there like that. There. And I think that would be an okay masculine card for a guy. You know, it's not flowery. It's just pretty blue. Okay. So that's number one. Let's see what we can do with this one, with this tag. I'm going to bring in Night of Navy, just because I got a Night of Navy strip on here. And that sentiment that said, sorry, you're feeling blue. So this is going to be kind of a get well card. And we'll just put that right here on this tag. There we go. I like the fonts in this stamp set too. They're a mix of block and script handwriting fonts. They're quite nice. Okay. And I think I want to use this stamped vase, and there's some greenery in this, so we're going to introduce some green. Just got to figure out how I'm going to introduce said green so that it doesn't run into my tag. My tag's going to have to go up over it. That's okay. That'll work fine. So I'm going to bring back my Misty Moonlight. And I want a scrap of paper because I'm going to stamp off. I think I'm going to stamp off. Let me see. No, I'm going to do it just first generation. Just not going to do it too hard. And we'll just put this right here. There we go. Look how beautiful that print is. Really nice. Okay. And then I want a little bit of green. And I think I'm going to use my Just Jade. We'll stay with our new in color palette. And we've got this greenery that's going to go on top here. I'm going to do the same sort of thing. I just want to test and see, do I want it that green or do I want it that green? I think I like it stamped off, so it's not quite so bright. So we'll stamp off and then we'll put the greenery in. Yes, there we go. Got a nice bundle of vines. And we'll bump up. So he's going to hide a little bit behind this tag, but that's okay. Actually, you know, I could put this down here. That's an idea. Let's do that. Let's bump that up on dimensionals down here at the bottom, rather than hide my flowers at the top. Sometimes not having a particular plan and just sort of going along and creating is more fun anyway. And that's what I kind of like to do with these product medleys. There are no instructions. They're not like a one of our all-inclusive kits that has stamps and dies and whatnot that come with instructions on here. Here's how you put these parts together to make this project. You do however you want to put it together. And the best way to do that is to just have a whole bunch of stuff laid out and just do like I'm doing. Just kind of play with it and say, well, I think I will try this. Okay. Yeah, and I'm liking this, and I think I'm going to introduce some more of these little things in here too. This will add some more green. I really like this one, but it's leaning kind of the wrong way. But I really like that one. So we're going to use it, and we're just gonna have it kind of stick up like a giant dandelion. All right, okay, here we go. So I think I'm going to stick that down first, and I want a dimensional behind that. And I don't know, I didn't. It would stick better if I took the release paper off, but my base is going to go there. This is going to go in here. We're going to kind of hang him off the side like that. There we go. Okay, now I can stick the base down. Oh no, I want to bump this one up on dimensionals. Layering, layering, layering. I want to glue this one down. This one's got a really interesting embossed pattern on the front of it. I'll see if I can get the light to cooperate here to show you. No, too sunny in the studio. But it's got kind of a swirly circles on top of circles on top of circles, and where the circles intersect, they're creating these little diamond shapes in the middle. They're really, really pretty. So it's looks kind of like a ceramic vase with. Okay, I'm gonna go sideways here to do this. One of those ceramic glazed vases. Okay, there. Now, in here, I want to put some of these little flower sequins. They're so stinking cute. They're like kind of crystally, sparkly flower sequence. They're not quite felt. They're not quite plastic either, and they have little bead glued to the top of them. So I am just going to pick 3 spots here and put a little bit of glue. I'm going to use my tweezers to pick these up by the beads. And stick them on there. There we go. Okay. Let's do a little cleanup here. Grab my other card base. Those to dry for just a second. Put my dimensionals on the back. Okay. There we are. And this one's a little more feminine because it's got flowers on it, but hey, could still be a masculine card too. I really like this set. It is really fun to play with, and I really like this sort of style of card. I mean, you see a lot more of the blue background. It's got the rounded corners, which is very different, and it's bumped up on dimensional, so there's lots of layers to these. So here are my 2 originals that I did beforehand, and here are the 2 that we did today. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you've never played with a product medley before, There's, like I say, there's always one, at least in the catalog. There's one in the holiday catalog right now as well that again comes with stamps and dies, paper, embellishments, ribbon. There's all kinds of things in it. And there's a new one coming out in their new January-June mini catalog that you're really going to like. They are an investment, but it's no different than buying any standard stamp set, dies, the designer paper, everything that comes with uh, that type of a suite in the catalog is going to set you back about the same amount. But this is a really fun set to play with, and I think it still has lots of value, and it's still available to buy until the end of May. So I hope you enjoyed that, and take a minute to go and visit the other guys in the Gentleman Crafters blog hop and see what they created this month. Thanks. Till next time. Bye.